Welcome to Homestand Studios. I'm your host, Noor Zainab. Next to the J Unit, Jelani.
J
I
Unit.
should just know this is going to be a thing every single time I say it. But I say it anyway. I don't know why I say it. Jelani Goodridge-Reid and Justin Pooni. Guys, we are now February 10th, which means the trade deadline just passed yesterday. It's right. I know my calendar. I know my days of the week.
Very good. Very good, Noor.
Thank you so
Proud
much.
of you.
Thank you so much. And a lot went down, guys. A lot. Like the landscape of the league has changed a little bit. There's some teams that we thought they should be playoff contenders, but now they're pretty much finals contenders. I'm looking at you, Phoenix Suns. Congrats on getting Kevin Durant. But a bunch of things happened. You got Eric Gordon getting to Los Angeles. The Pelicans getting Josh Richardson. But I want to talk about four main ones that happened this past week. And I think they deserve to have their flowers right now. And you guys can tell me if I have the order wrong. We'll talk about each as it goes. But I have Phoenix Suns getting Kevin Durant going first. I think that's easily the deal of the league, right? After that, I got to give the Lakers some flowers. Rob Pelinka, well done. Well done. Genie Bus?
Well done.
This is what, we'll see how it goes, but they definitely, let me walk that back a little bit, but I do think they gave LeBron the help that he has been dying for, and I do think they were just under, they were under urgency at this point after losing out on Kyrie, just getting D'Angelo Russell. Third for me would be New York Knicks getting Josh Hart.
Good pickup.
Very low key, such an underrated pickup. It's gonna make them go far. They have an extra weapon offensively there now. And then fourth, I'm gonna go with Sadiq Bey.
Okay.
To Atlanta Hawks.
Atlanta.
Okay.
They got some shooting there as well. You guys agree with my list a little bit?
Don't forget about James Wiseman to Detroit. Game changer.
I'm kind of big on the Bones Highland one to the Clippers, man. I really like that move by the Clippers. I think Bones. I don't know. I understand why the Nuggets got rid of Bones, to be honest with you. It kind of was confusing to me. Maybe it's because Jamal Murray's kind of back and healthy, but
still. Yeah, but they only got 2 second-round picks from that. That's a little bit. I don't know how I feel about.
I would have kept Bones if
I
would have kept him.
Or if you have a good offer, then yeah. But 2 second-round picks for me is not good enough. That's a second-round draft, by the way. It's not a first.
Also, Jalen McDaniels to the 76ers. I really like that move.
Yes.
Really nice depth pickup move for them.
Yeah. Well, Mac, what's this called? He's gone now. Tybalt.
Matisse.
Yeah. He was supposed to be their guy, Like the defensive.
He was their OG Anunoby at one point.
Yeah, and then unlike OG Anunoby, he fell off. So prayers to you, Matisse Tybalt. May you enjoy your ride with Portland and Damian Lillard as long as he's there. We'll see how long he's going to be there for.
Dame's there forever.
10 toes down.
Really, after they lose Josh Hart, what are they going to do though? Okay, I'm not going to go there right now because there's too many questions about the Portland Trailblazers. But first and foremost, Kevin Durant heads over to the Phoenix Suns with TJ Warren, and the Brooklyn Nets receive Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, Jay Crowder, who ends up going over to the Milwaukee Bucks, but they also got 4 unprotected first-round picks, 2023, 2025, 27, and 29, and 2028 first-round pick swap. How do we feel about this trade for both sides?
So here's the thing about on the Phoenix side of it. I think it's kind of built for next year. I don't think when you add a piece like Kevin Durant in the middle of the season, it's going to be hard to find chemistry before the playoffs. Now, Kevin Durant is one of those players you can just plug in anywhere and it will work. They might make it. They might make it to the finals, but I don't think they're going to win because of that chemistry factor. Right. But I think going forward next year too, like they're the team to beat in the Western Conference. Giving up on a guy like Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson was tough because they're really good young pieces, but you had to do it if you wanted to get a guy like Kevin Durant. And Phoenix is in win now, but they push all their chips in the middle. They get a guy in TJ Warren too off the bench, which will help out. Do you want me to explain both sides or just the one side?
Whatever side you want to. Like in terms of, I guess we know the Brooklyn Nets had to do this. So for them, it was going to be a lose situation.
Yeah,
anyway.
In general, like, if I'm going to be in general, look, Phoenix, they're in win now mode. They have to win. If this does not work out, it'll be another fail for Kevin Durant, and it will look bad on his legacy.
He can't afford another fail.
He can't afford another fail like this. After he wanted to build around him and Kyrie in Brooklyn, it didn't work out for various reasons. Then he forced
colossal nightmare.
Worst, one of probably the biggest flame out in sports history. And when you look at the side of Phoenix, they have to win. Like there's only Chris Paul. They might let Chris Paul stick on for one more year after this.
Yep, and then find an upgrade.
They got to, or they might, if it flames out this year in the playoffs badly, they might have to find an upgrade this year too. It's win now mode. There's pressure. It has to work out because if it doesn't work out, there's a lot of eyes and a lot of finger pointing will be at Kevin Durant and the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah, I'm looking at this. I think that it's obviously the biggest deal that we've seen in a while, but my thing is they're not going to automatically win because where's their bench?
Yeah.
Right? I've been talking about it all the time. It's not just you throw guys together and you win a championship. We've seen it time and time again. A lot of teams do it, haven't won. Look at the Clippers. Okay,
Look at KD's old team.
I mean,
they throw those guys together.
We'll see what they do with the
George.
bio market.
Yeah, but I'm saying in general, like when those guys form these teams, everyone's expecting them to win automatically, right? You saw what happened in Brooklyn too. So yes, I'm excited. I'm very excited, right? Because first of all, I have a Devin Booker agenda to push, and I think
how many agendas do you push?
I push them. I
He pushes them. Pushing Pete.
Yes. And then I love Chris Paul. I would love to see him win a championship because this is a guy who's an all-time point guard, and
his last rodeo now with this team too.
It
right?
might be because you're looking at his career, the failure in LA, right, with the Lob City squad, and then you're talking about Houston. They were knocking on the door. They fall flat on their face when it mattered most.
Yeah.
And remember, KD even got hurt in one of the series when they played each other, so they had opportunities, right? And then Chris got hurt in one.
Yeah.
And then the Suns, they were in the finals. They had a shot, and they didn't get it done. So you're talking about his career, how much a championship could really change things for not only him, but the Suns franchise, who's actually, this is a strong franchise. If you look at the history of the Suns, they're actually a really good franchise. They just haven't gotten it done.
The last 30 years or so.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That's pretty much when basketball came to life anyway, so that's fine.
Yeah, even the 70s.
I mean, there's like 75 years.
Okay, I get it. But it's also, I think, to me, it's a big factor, too, because while all this was happening, before Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, they asked for out, Chris Paul was in trade talks. Like, he was being pretty much looked at he was going to be moved. Yeah, because they were like, well, he's getting older. Is he going to fit the timeline? How much can he really help you at this point?
I'm impressed that the Suns kept all their guys, like all the big name guys. Of course, I'd love to keep Bridges, but for KD, you're going to have to do that.
You have to do that.
But I'm very, like, a guy like Ayton, I'm surprised that he wasn't shipped off. You know, that to me was maybe a piece. Chris Paul, like you said. So I think that the Suns, the Suns side of things, they're definitely a player in the Western Conference. They're definitely a favorite. I think they're going to cause a lot of trouble to these other teams. And I think this obviously changes the West because you look at a few teams, right? Memphis, right? They had a hot start, but how do they look now in the West? Because the Clippers look better now, right? I don't know how good they are in the West. You're talking about also the Sacramento Kings. The Kings were third, for a while, right? Now, how do they fall in this Western Conference, in terms of tiers, in terms of teams that have a shot to win? The Pelicans, they were hot, and then they found ways to lose games.
Icy cold.
Left and right with no Zion.
Icy cold.
Icy cold. They're cold. And then can the Warriors step up? That's another question. Can the Warriors step up and actually play some good basketball? Even with Steph, the guys around him haven't really showed up. So I think the Suns, this is a good shot for them. The West is open, okay? The West is open. There are a lot of good teams around. You're talking Mavs, Clips, Denver's number one. Okay, but there's a chance for the Suns to win. Do I think they're going to win the whole thing? I wouldn't say so because I don't know. Aside from those four guys that they're going to put out there, plus TJ Warren, how's their team going to look when it matters most, in terms of the bench? Can the bench production, be there and, replicate what is going to happen on the other side of the court? Because a lot of the teams in the West are deep. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, and then real quick on the Nets, I mean,
they kind of have to do it.
They're in a tough spot. They had to get it done. I think KD just he knew it was over. Like, he knew. So I think Josiah and them figured out a way to get him there.
I will say this one thing with the KD thing as well. The fact that I haven't really heard anybody talk about his relationship with Monty Williams. Monty Williams, of course, was an assistant coach back in OKC when he was there. So they have that time together. And I think that's really something that probably intrigued KD to go to Phoenix because he knows Monty. Monty's a great coach and knows his strengths, knows his game like that. And I think we're going to see a fully bought-in Kevin Durant because of that, right? We know the situation with Steve Nash, but now he has a coach
solid coach.
That's his guy, Right?
And he wanted to go to the Suns last year.
He wanted to go to the Suns last year.
Well, I think this is the only spot, like not just the fact that they should be going into everything now 100%, but Kyrie and KD kind of have to be 100% at this point because just based off their patterns, they have to show the league that they're serious, they want to win, they're good players to have on the team, they're good locker room guys, and just prove the league wrong to be like whatever has happened so far has been a fluke, like things just haven't worked out.
I got a question. So if he gets it done in Phoenix, does that change the complexion of Kevin Durant? Does that change the narrative?
It helps him, but it doesn't.
It's okay. It's like
good question, Jelani.
It's like this. I think every great player in the NBA has that signature ring that defines them, right?
Correct.
LeBron, of course, 2016. Steph last year. Kobe, 2009 or 2008. Pick whichever. 2009.
9.
10.
I say 9.
9. Okay.
Maybe 10.
Shaq 2000. Right. MJ. You could say 96 when he came back from retirement.
Kawhi 2019.
I was going to say that.
Dirk,
yes,
I know
Kawhi.
it's one, but Dirk
2011. So every Wade 06, right? You have every player has that signature ring. And I don't know, like, yes, Kevin Durant won back-to-back Finals MVPs, hit those big shots.
Yeah, he went crazy, but we understand what that team was.
The deck was stacked with him, not against him, right? And I think even if he wins in Phoenix, I mean, it's not a signature moment unless he goes for like 48 and like 6. And they win like that, and he has like a historic performance like that.
I think it's a matter also of like how he got to Phoenix because it's like this happened February, so only pretty much just at this point, more than half the season has been passed. You got to this point because your team, the team that you formatted together, you brought these guys in together, you brought the coach in together, didn't work out. So now you're gonna go join another really good team and win something. Like that's what I would look at it as.
I'm looking at it because last year, right, when he requested out. Remember, the Suns were great. They were first in the Western Conference.
67 wins.
And everyone was like, oh, this guy, again, wants to join a squad that's already built.
A good team, yep.
Yes, he has an infatuation with going to teams that are built. Knocking on the door.
Yeah.
And or they're just right there on a cusp of a championship. I think it would help his legacy, though. But I just don't know if it really moves the needle.
No.
Right? Because, again, the point of Brooklyn, he was pressured into winning somewhere else, right?
Yeah.
And then... Yes, you get James Harden with you and stuff like that with Kyrie. I don't even to me. I don't even think that would have changed.
Like when you think of the Phoenix Suns, is that Kevin Durant's team? Or is that Devin Booker's team?
That's the thing.
That's Chris Paul's
team. Or
team.
You could argue it's Chris's because you could argue it's Chris's team, Devin's team. I don't think it's gonna be KD's team. Maybe, but I don't think that they're already a built squad.
Yeah.
He's
obviously the best
and
player.
I think that proves to you also that you can't have a team win anything if KD's running it. Like we've seen that with the Nets, we've seen that with OKC and stuff too. But then when you put him in the spot where this team's already been figured out, like you have a leader, you have the roles, and Warriors, now Suns, like KD, as great of a player as he is, it just sucks that the tantrums like in the locker room really end up defining his legacy. Because when I think of him, I know he's an amazing player, but I think about the fact that the OKC stuff happened. He went to Warriors, left the Warriors pretty badly too. Like he was being called out by Draymond like every single day. His manhood was questioned every single day by Draymond. And then after he left that to say, finally, let me get my own team, I'll make this happen. And that was, I think, tell me if I'm wrong, but I think that was one of the biggest colossal fuck-ups of the NBA in recent times.
Like when he left.
Colossal fuck-ups.
No, the Brooklyn Nets
Brooklyn.
itself.
Oh, no,
I
said on a few shows ago, it's the biggest disappointment I've ever seen.
Sports.
I said
Maybe
that.
in all sports.
I said that.
Really? In all sports? I don't know sports like that, but I would say too.
No, I said that the other day.
You bring all that talent together, all of that stuff, and just every
And you have
incident
two
after
different
every
versions
incident
of a
after
super team too. You try with James Harden,
They
and
won
we all
one
tried to
playoff series.
blame James Harden for it too, to be like, oh, maybe he's the problem. Ben Simmons comes in, nothing gets done. Kyrie's having problems off the court with shit that he's saying, vaccine problems. And KD, I feel bad for him in the sense that like clearly he wasn't able to get the right people together. Like he wasn't able to be the leader there. But at the same time, it's kind of on you. Like you should know what you're bringing on.
We'll see what happens now.
I think Kevin Durant really thought that hooping with his best friend Kyrie Irving would have worked, and it didn't.
He saw LeBron do it. He's like, let me bring my friends over.
Yeah, but like LeBron and Kyrie were never friends before.
No, I mean like in terms of like LeBron, like he brought J.R. Smith over, Kevin Love. Those were his guys, right?
The reason why it worked in Miami with LeBron and D Wade, who are best friends, is because D Wade's like, yo, you are the leader of the team.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Even here, like whenever you join, like when there's 2, 3, 4. great players, somebody's got to defer. Somebody has to say, you know what, fine, I'll sacrifice. We saw Chris Bosh. Remember what he did in Toronto? He had to sacrifice. He understood that's the only way they're going to win.
Absolutely.
With a guy like D-Wade on there and then a guy like LeBron. So we'll see what happens with KD. I think they can win. They can. But I want to see first how it's going to look. Yeah. How will he mesh with Chris Paul, with Devin Booker? We'll see what Ayton does in this. And then how does Monty figure out a way to get the most out of those bench guys? Because they did lose not just Bridges, who's their best wing defender. They're going to miss that. Okay, they're going to miss him a lot. They also lost Cam Johnson, very good shooter, right?
Yeah.
And he gives you a lot of good activity on the offensive side of the ball. So
he's a young guy.
Like, we'll see what's up with the Nets. Like, I know
and the Nets,
everybody's kind of writing them off, but
no, look at they have some good defenders on
they
that
won
team.
last night against the Bulls.
I think Nets have like the perfect group of role players there.
They're basically
like everyone there is just like one of the like Seth Curry's there, Patty Mills is there, Nick Claxton, you got Mikal Bridges, not Cam Johnson. Like all these guys are supposed to be like they're gonna be good players. It's not gonna be easy to go up against them, no matter how far they go. And then now, sorry, just to cut you off, but now Suns and Mavericks play on March 5th. So my problem with the Suns roster too is how healthy is Kevin Durant going to be for the remainder of the season? Would he even play when he has to play Kyrie again March 5th? I mean, like in terms of when he's gonna come back.
He'll be back after the break, but
it's all he's got to play.
Again, it's gonna take time to see how it works.
Everything.
And the playoffs is not too far out, right? So we'll see what happens with that.
Sorry, go ahead, Justin.
Also, we have to mention the Lakers deal.
I know, I was just gonna get to it right now too before Justin
wants
to finish a thought.
About the Nets.
Yeah,
I don't even know what I was gonna say now. Leave it.
Oh, okay. Aw.
I mean,
you got this. You can go ahead. You can try. Okay, no, we're gonna move to the Lakers then. Do you want to go? I'm letting you go.
No.
Okay, don't take up the space. Okay, second trade this week was the Los Angeles Lakers receiving D'Angelo Russell, Malik Beasley, and Jared Vanderbilt for the 3-team trade with Utah Jazz, who got Russell Westbrook, Toscano Anderson, Damian Jones, 27 first-round pick that's protected through 1 to 4. And then the Wolves got Mike Conley, Alexander Walker, a lesser of Washington Memphis second-round 2024 pick, and a Utah second-round pick in 25 and 26. Lakers fleeced. They robbed.
I don't know about that.
You like to be on the other end of freaking everything.
Explain.
Well, because look, like it was the Lakers won the deal, right? I don't know if it's a fleece job, but they won the deal. Okay,
it's a pretty good.
It's a good deal.
It's a very good deal.
I love the Malik Beasley and Jared Vanderbilt additions because I think they fill out great rotation pieces, 3-and-D guys.
I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say D'Angelo Russell, but my only not to cut you off. Are you gonna say that too? Are you gonna say that?
No, but if you want to speak for me, you can't speak for me.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Justin.
What was I saying was Jared Vanderbilt's a very good defensive player. Malik Beasley can shoot the ball. D'Angelo Russell is a ball handler who can shoot. But it's still you're asking LeBron James to go out there and drop 30+ a night, right?
But now he has shooters though.
I disagree.
The way I see this
I disagree. Like in terms of like the shooters thing, like they're okay. Like Beasley can shoot, right?
They can shoot.
D'Lo, he played well closer to the deadline. He hasn't been playing that great in Minnesota. You know what I'm saying?
What I will say to that, and I know he hasn't been the guy that he needs to be just because of the Wolves and their situation. You got so many great guys on the roster with Kat, and you also had Rudy Gobert who just got there. But I would say D'Angelo Russell, I would give him the benefit of the doubt just because that team was struggling so bad that I think it was beyond Russell. So just give him a new spot to see what he's going to do here will be the ultimate test to see what he's like at this point of time.
For sure, but I think that Lakers fans, they better get ready. They better get ready because they're acting like he's the second coming of Magic. What I'm seeing right now, a lot of people are like, "Oh yeah, we're getting D'Lo. Oh, we're going to the playoffs."
No,
settle down, please.
D'Lo's just a name, man.
I understand he's 18-6 right now. Okay, so he'll provide some type of offense. He has a good IQ and stuff like that. But same way, I just don't see this pushing the needle or moving the needle any form. Okay, the Lakers to me are not a player right now. No. What I do say though, the Vanderbilt thing is nice. I think they needed a wing defender. Okay, a guy that could get you some rebounding from the outside. He could do some things offensively. But overall, like I don't know. I just don't. A lot of people are gassing right now. A lot of people are gassing Pelinka.
Lakers propaganda,
but it's to me, it's an okay deal. Like
they got off Russ.
That's great. You got some depth. what you needed. You got some guys that could provide some stuff for LeBron, right? Because LeBron needs help out there. But when you're asking me, does this make the Lakers a contender in the West?
No, it doesn't make a contender.
Absolutely not.
I think. Go ahead.
Intercepted.
No, you go ahead.
Go ahead. No,
you go ahead, Justin. Don't you worry about me. Please continue.
Really?
Dude, just go. We're taking up the time.
I think that was not necessary. The way I see this trade is it's basically like the 2018 when the Cavs traded for Jordan Clarkson, Larry Nance, and those guys, because you filled out your rotation, but again, you're still not top heavy. You still don't have another guy. Anthony Davis, is he going to be around? I think
I told Mans to trade him.
You're still just asking LeBron to average 30 plus a game and carry you there.
That's the only way they're going to make the
That's the only way they're going to make the
push.
playoff push if LeBron does what LeBron does, and he's been
not-
doing it.
Yeah,
But that's not
the point of this.
fair to
you know what I'm
LeBron in
saying?
year 20 to be doing that type of stuff. So,
Yeah.
and I also think Mike Conley could be a great veteran leader in Minnesota with that.
Yeah, they
with
can
that,
use
with
that.
dressing
They
room.
can use that. I also just want to touch on Russ.
No,
Westbrook.
stop the fucking Russ
I-
slander, man.
I
You
am-
fucking idiots out
I
there.
am a huge fan of his.
David McMenamin, you're an idiot.
Nor knows this, but I think the discourse, I think the lack of respect for Russell Westbrook it's gone too far. It's gone way too far. This
Stupid,
is a top 75
First
player
ballot
in
Hall of
NBA
Famer.
in the NBA.
You can't call him a vampire in the locker room.
He's
That's
an all
so rude.
75 player in NBA history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're gonna act like he hasn't done anything. Look, I understand he's not the same dude. And I know he can't shoot like Steph Curry. I get he has turnovers, whatever.
Seasons, 4 to
Can
5
we-
years
can we
average triple
settle?
double.
Can we
It's
pump
nuts,
the brakes,
man.
please? Can we pump the brakes? All right. And I get it. A lot of people look at the contract, right? Because look, after he signed the largest contract in NBA history, this is the 5th team on that
He
contract.
deserved that contract when he signed
Yeah.
it. That's the craziest
But
part.
a lot of people forget. Remember what he did in Washington. Okay,
Yeah.
it wasn't
Triple-double.
just
Yeah.
Brad Beal. That triple double helped him get in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
I
the
need
thing is-
people to relax.
Yeah.
Relax.
And when you play next to LeBron and you don't win, a lot of
Scapegoat.
those fans, yeah,
Exactly.
that's what the thing is, right? Like you have to be prepared for that. Russell could be one of those guys now too with the Lakers that might get some of those blame that might
for
just be
sure.
for the team, right?
He's the new scapegoat.
Absolutely.
Watch, the first time he makes mistakes, the first time he doesn't come through for LeBron, what's going to happen?
Absolutely.
We know this already.
I
We know
will
this.
say the only thing I think they have going for them, they're not contenders anymore, but they're a better team than they were before because at least now they have guys that, like I said, like
That I agree
they're not like offensive weapons, but LeBron will be on the court. He will attract everybody that's there. And if you have guys like Russell, Beasley, Vanderbilt, they can make those shots then at least. Like it's not guys like Austin Reeves coming off the bench now, right? At least you have someone like that. So I would say it's something better for the Lakers, but it's definitely not anything to end all be
I would
all.
just say real quick, don't rule out Kyrie. I'm telling you because
That's in the
because-
summer though.
Yeah, I know.
Summertime.
No,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
look,
yeah.
Russ expiring deal.
Yeah.
D'Lo expiring deal.
Mm-hmm.
Did they just pick him up to stay afloat and then flip him
They
after?
could sign
You know what
and
I'm
trade.
saying? I'm just saying.
Sign
I'm
and
I
trade
think-
with
I think a
sign and
lot
trade
of-
with Dallas.
I'm just saying.
I think a lot of deals this week were made in regards to and keeping in mind about the summer situation, knowing that you can still do something and bring players in, shut them out. This does not have to be your end all be all the trade deadline. This is just you trying to figure out what's the market, what's out there. Let's see what happens. Looking at you, Toronto Raptors. But on Monday, we'll go over the rest of the trades that's happened so far. These two were definitely the biggest blockbuster ones in the league, and we have to discuss that. But let us know what you think. Let us know what you think, who you think won, who you think lost, and who you think is going to be better for what they got this year. And we'll see you next time. Noor Zainab, Jelani Goodridge-Reid, Justin Pooni. Take care.
Go Raptors.
What?